Hey guys, I'm gonna just wait another minute or two before getting started. Make sure everybody that's supposed to be on this thing gets on. I'm sorry about this glare over here. My office is pointed towards a window, and my curtains don't work. So, give me just a minute. You guys can sit and watch me fiddle around on my other computer, and then I'll get started on this. One sec, guys. Just gonna share this real quick. All right, so I will get started. Obviously, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jeff Jowers. What I'm going to be talking to you guys today about on this webinar, either you can listen to it or you can watch it. Either one works. I will probably be doing some sweet, let me show you if you are watching, some sweet drawings. All right. Doing some cool circles and making little stuff for you. But that will be later. All right, cool. So first thing, there's a few topics that I'm going to be talking about today. One is goal setting mistakes, things that you might be doing wrong and why you're not seeing results based on it. Why you're failing to achieve your results that you say you want, or failing to achieve results in general. A morning focus trick that I've been doing that has led me to a lot better success and will help you drastically. Why even if you do succeed and hit your target goals or the things that you say you're going, say you want to accomplish, you're unhappy about it. Okay, that's a big one for a lot of people. How you can collapse time, achieve more in less time. So this whole thing was called achieve more in 90 days than what you do in the last year, right? So that's a big one, right? If I can get you to achieve more in a short amount of time, that means you can achieve more over a long amount of time, okay? So instead of prolonging, I'm going to teach you how to collapse time, achieve more goals, and get shit done. Another trick that I have is how to know if you're on track, staying on track, and how to focus on it. And why what you're probably doing right now is leading to failure versus what you can be doing that will lead to success. And then something that I've also started doing, and it's focusing on a core, I call it core 4, okay? So, sorry guys, lots of talking. The first thing, all right, is setting goals. The issue that most people have, right? We all have goals. New Year's is a big one for that. Everybody has a goal. Everybody says that they want to accomplish something, whether it be lose 10 pounds, lose 20 pounds, get in shape, start working out, increase their profits in their business, or make more money from work, or save money. Okay. The problem though is a lot of times it's not your goal. Okay. It's not your idea, and it's not something that relates to you. So basically you have the wrong goal. Okay. 20 pounds is a good example of this. A lot of people will come to me, hey Jeff, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, cool. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Because I'm so-and-so and I want to be 20 pounds lighter. Okay, cool. That's awesome. It's a goal. but why 20 pounds? Okay. I just was talking to a client last week about something very similar. And she said she is unable to fit into any of her clothes right now. And she's angry at me because she has to buy new clothes all the time because she's so small she can't fit into anything she has. Okay. But when she first started with me, her goal was to lose a set amount of pounds. She's still heavier than those pounds, but she's at a better position. So she honestly did not know the effects of where her goals were set at, and now she's a lot happier, and she's almost on point with her goal. But her original goal is not actually something that would have made her happy. Okay, so a lot of people are setting the wrong goals, and that's the next piece. Is you also do not have a reason for that goal. Why do people succeed in the short term? Because it's an easy set point. What I mean by that is if I say I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 90 days because I have a wedding that I'm going to, and I want to look better than anybody else, and I know exactly what better than anybody else means to me, okay? I have an exact reason for that goal. Okay. When people say they want to increase their finances, they are just saying, hey, I want to increase my finances. Well, that doesn't set the goal, and there's no reason behind it. Yes, there is a reason I want more money, but you don't know why you want more money. Okay. So because you're not setting the goal with an actual reason, a painful reason. So say you want to go buy a house. Like that's the process that I'm in right now. I want to go buy a house. I'm trying to get more money so I can go buy a house in a shorter amount of time. So that is my goal. That is my reason behind it. Okay. Because I have that reason, it's very hard to fall out of my goal, right? I know why I'm striving for it. It's not, I just want more money in my bank account because I like to look at it. It's because I want to go buy something and I need it. Okay. I have a specific reason for my goal. The other thing is your goals are not matching other areas of your life. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people set goals that contradict each other. And this is something I'm going to teach in a little bit, but you set a goal to lose 10 pounds, but you also have a goal or an idea in your head that you need to go out and be social every Friday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you don't need to focus on your diet, right? Those two things are this way, okay? Unless you can figure out how to combine them and make them work together. But most often than not, your goals are contradicting the actions or the things that you want to do or other goals that you have in your life, okay? But towards the end of this, what I was talking about with focusing on core 4 is going to help show you how to do all this and get everything you want and succeed. Okay. So you live happier, you're achieving more, you hit all your goals all the time and faster and a lot more. Okay. So those are just kind of the few things on goal setting mistakes. And I hope you're writing these down because these are important to you because you will want to look back at this, review this, and see where you're messing up. Okay, most likely it's either you're setting the wrong goal or you don't have a reason for your goal. So if you've ever went up and down on this goal setting spectrum, every New Year's you have the goal of losing 10 pounds, but you never lose the 10 pounds. It's either you're setting the wrong goal or you don't have a reason for that 10-pound goal. Okay, so look at that goal. All right, from there, why you're failing to achieve this stuff is actually a very simple topic. And this is where I am going to draw something. Let's see if I can do this here. I'm going to try and go over to my white paper so I can draw on this a little bit better. All right. So what we've got here, oops. All right, so what we've got here, guys, is it not gonna let me do this? All right, guys, hold on. Trying to do something here. Trying to draw for you guys, but let All right, let's go back here. All right. I'm just going to have to do it this way. Hopefully these color palettes work a little bit better. But basically, let's see where my little cursor is. Basically, we've got this little spectrum, okay? So I'll draw this for you. We've got this spectrum. Boom. Got these little dots here. Sorry, my little cursor's so big. I'm trying to draw this on a draw pad. And we've got 5 phases in this, okay? We've got our first phase. We've got our second phase. I'm just going to draw this out to make it a little easier for me in the end. Third phase, fourth phase, and fifth phase. Now, I'm just going to link these all together. This is also the first time I've used this little drawing pad, so hang in there with me. Sorry for any weird things that happen. All right, so coming back over here, we've got P1, okay? We've got P2. We've got P3. Phase 4 and phase 5, okay? All right, so inside these phases, right, phase 1 is called uninformed optimism, okay? What that means here is that basically, or sorry, let me go back here. We've got the vertical line, this vertical line here, okay? Vertical line is how you feel about the process, all right? And then the horizontal line is relative period of time, okay? So New Year's goals, that is a phase 1, and that's uninformed optimism, right? So you are excited about this. You don't know the process. You don't know what it takes, but you're excited, right? You're optimistic. You think you can do it, right? 20 pounds, 20 days. Got it. Don't know what it takes. I'm uninformed about it, and I'm optimistic about it, and I think I can do it, okay? Now, also here, we've got the dash lines, right across the center here. I'm going to do that. The top spectrum of this is optimism. The bottom end of the spectrum right here, okay? Top optimism, bottom pessimism, okay? Now, we've got phase 1. That's uninformed optimism. We're excited. We think we can do it. Phase 2, informed pessimism, okay? So now you start to learn what it takes and what's going to happen from it, okay? So we're in P2, P2, okay? We're in informed pessimism. Now, this is where people normally start to go apeshit, and they get into phase 3, and they get into the valley of despair, okay? Valley of despair means this is too hard. I don't think I can handle it. I don't know what to do. It's starting to be overwhelming because I didn't really know what I was getting into, all right? From there, we've got phase 4. Phase 4, everything's mirrored here. Phase 4, which is informed optimism. And then phase 5, success and fulfillment. Now, most people end up in P2 or P3. Okay, so an informed pessimism or valley of despair. Because they end up in this position, they end up recycling back to the top, back to P1. They give up on their goals and quit. All right, they resort back to P1. Let me clear this now that we don't need it anymore. They resort back to P1, and the whole cycle continues to repeat, okay? That is the biggest issue, is because we go into these goals without knowing the end plan, okay? So a lot of what I'm talking about today towards the end of this is going to be what are you doing, how to get there, and reverse cycling back, okay? I'm going to take my art thing off just so I don't hit it again. All right, cool. Now, from there, we're always repeating the cycle until we get out of the valley of despair and into the informed optimism and success and fulfillment, okay? So we always almost everybody goes through this valley of despair, the P1 through P5, okay, phase 1 through phase 5. So again, phase 1, uninformed optimism. Phase 2, informed pessimism. Phase 3, valley of despair. Phase 4, informed optimism. Phase 5, success and fulfillment, okay? Now, the other issue we have and why we fail to achieve is because we make it harder than it actually is, right? Now, if I said you could walk from here to there, okay, that'd be easy. But most of the time, we try and make more steps. We don't just see the straight path with our goals. We see basically, if something is too easy, we fuck it up and make it harder, okay? So everything you want to achieve in 2 years can be achieved in 90 days by cutting out the bullshit and knowing what you're trying to accomplish and getting rid of the fluff, okay? And stop making it harder, all right? Now, if I said we could lose 10 pounds in 20 days and you had to work out 3 times a week and change 1 meal a week, you would say, okay, at first. And then all of a sudden, you'd make it harder and you'd get into that informed pessimism, okay? You'd get into that informed pessimism and say, well, shit, if I can work out 3 days a week and change 1 meal and lose 10 pounds, why don't I do 6 workouts and change 7 meals? Now, all of a sudden, you're overwhelmed. You've made it harder. You've made it more challenging. And now we're in the valley of despair. We resort back because it's too hard. And we start back over from the top, never truly succeeding or fulfilling the potential that we have, or succeeding and getting what we want because we chose to make shit harder, okay? Now, the other issue the other issue on why we fail to achieve things is no timeline or plan, okay? So just like the phase 1s through phase 5, we have no timeline. So that's why I said we're going to achieve more in 90 days and then 365, because we're going to have a timeline, okay? And we're going to set a plan, okay? A plan of attack, right? Phase 1s through phase 5, right? Uninformed optimism, we're excited. We know what we want to achieve, but we don't have the fucking plan, right? We get the plan, we're informed, it's challenging, we go into the valley of despair because it's harder or more than what we thought, or it's something different than what we thought, or we make it harder, okay? Now we're going to set a plan. It's going to be easy. It's going to be attainable. You're going to crush it in a quick amount of time. And the other reason we do not, we fail to achieve and get out of this circular rotation of hitting phase 1 through phase 3 is because you don't fear your current position or you don't have enough pain in it, okay? Something that's more on the business side of things is, why do people that come from other countries to the United States typically work harder, right? Because they have nothing, okay? It's not because they have nothing, but because they're in enough pain and fear their current situation more than those that already have money, already have success, and are not in enough pain and are not currently in enough fear of where they are to step outside and continuing to succeed in more than what they do, okay? So it's kind of getting uncomfortable, finding the pain in where you're at, and that will help jump you to your next or more stratospheric success, okay? Now, morning focus trick. This is a big thing because without it, you will start your day in a way that will not set you up for success, okay? And a lot of these came from this book. It's got a glare. Whatever. It's called Miracle Morning, the not-so-obvious secret guaranteed to transform your life before 8 a.m. All right? I am not a morning person, but I've started to do this, and it works because it changes the process and the thinking that you have, okay? It turns you from the person that you currently are to having you think and ask yourself questions that are more in line with the person that you want to be, okay? I just made a video on this the other day, but to have success, you have to think and act and do and say the things that the person you want to be would say. okay? Because that's an alignment. That's going to help direct you. So a couple of the questions that I ask myself or will go through each day, and this will help you because it will help align you and it will help get you on focus and target with the goals that you want to achieve, okay? The first one, and I have these all written down in my book. So I just go through, I write through them, whatnot, each day, and I do this, okay? So first thing, how would I live today if I knew it was my last, right? Basically, that's asking and committing you to a higher level of yourself, right? So if I wanted to lose 10 pounds today, how would I live today if I knew it was my last, right? What would actions that I'd take? What are the things that I would do? Second question, who do I have to be grateful for in my life? Now, this is going to be part of the core 4 that I'm going to teach you in a little bit, but who do I have to be grateful for in my life, okay? By giving gratitude and appreciating people, things will start to happen a little bit better. What is the third question? What is the one thing I will do today to help make my life extraordinary? Okay. 365 days, collapse time, get shit done in 90. Why? Because we know it's going to make it extraordinary. Okay. You have these goals and these things that you can hit and strive for, but again, we make them too hard, and we don't know what it is, and we don't really know why we have that goal. And then we don't know how we're going to get there. So this is building the stepping stones to see yourself living your life as extraordinary as possible, okay? Because you're building backwards. You know that if I need to lose 10 pounds next month, how am I going to make my life extraordinary? Because I'm going to work out. I'm going to do my meal plan. I'm going to do this stuff. If I want more money, I just build it back in and rotate it through. What is the one thing I will do today to make my life extraordinary? All right. Fourth question. What will I do today to make my day fun? Okay, this is a big one because this is about balance, or this is about being present. Okay, this is about making sure that you are not overwhelming yourself and stressing yourself out, because again, we don't need to make it hard. This process is not hard. It's actually fucking easy if you just do it. Okay, and now I have something that I have written on my computers. I have two things. One, get shit done and do the fucking work. Okay, because the reason we also make things hard is because by making things hard, we have an excuse to stop, right? If things are easy, we can't stop, right? So we make things harder than they are, so then we have something to blame instead of blaming ourselves. Oh, I couldn't lose the 10 pounds because I had to go to the gym 6 days a week and I just didn't have the time. No, you had the time. You only had to do 3. You had to do 1 meal. Boom. All right, you just made it harder, so you had an excuse to not blame yourself and take responsibility for the actions that you've done and the reason you're not achieving. All right, sorry, little rant. Fifth question, what things will I no longer tolerate in my life? This is a big one because it realigns you also with your goals, right? Again, if I want to lose 10 pounds in 90 days, what things will I no longer tolerate in my life that are going to help me be more successful for that goal? All right. Do I have people in my life that bring me down and make me unhappy? Maybe those are things that I'm not going to tolerate anymore. Writing it down helps. Okay. Sixth question. What am I doing today to move myself closer to living my full potential? This is a big one, right? We have these goals. We have our life goals. What is your true potential? What are the things that you want to accomplish in your life? And then you're writing it down. What am I going to do today to move myself? It doesn't matter what it is, just as long as it's moving you in that direction. All right. And then the last question, how are you going to hold yourself accountable to the above? I say to the above today. So all the things that you wrote down, how are you going to hold yourself accountable? For me, I'm going to make sure I hit my checklist. I'm going to go through my core 4. I hit my journal, and I do a couple other things. So all these things piece together to make you more success. All right. Now, if you have questions about those questions that I ask myself, let me know. I'll post them to you or something so you can go through them and start doing them on a daily. All right. And that's my morning ritual. That sets me up for success, and then I go do my other stuff. Okay. A lot of times I used to just wake up, roll out of bed, get on Facebook, go through email, do this other stuff, go to the gym, work out, do everything else. But I had no real purpose, real idea of what my intent for the day was. Okay. I didn't know the steps that I need to take to move myself from where I am to where I want to go. Now I do every day. right? So I'm constantly just building on the foundation and pushing myself in that direction. Now, why this? I should have done this in reverse order, but why are you unhappy after achieving your goal? I kind of talked on it a little bit earlier. You're unhappy when you achieve your goal because you didn't have a reason for that goal. Okay, that goal was not significant to you, right? So it's a lot easier for me to help someone with a goal that says, I want to be able to keep up with my kids, family, friends, do outdoor activities, and not be tired in 10 minutes. Even though it's easier to lose 10 pounds than do all that. Why though? Because they have an exact purpose and know what it is, and it's not just a random number or thing, right? So if my goal, again, going back to mine, my goal is to buy a house, I have an exact goal, and that's my goal. It's not, I'm not buying a house because someone else told me I needed to buy a house or I thought it was great. I'm buying a house because I want to buy a house, right? I want to lose 10 pounds and drop to like 9% body fat or lower right now because I want to look that way. And I know exactly what it's going to look. I know exactly what it's going to entail. I know all my training because of it. Okay. It also doesn't link with your other goals. So I'm kind of recycling through why you failed to achieve, but it also doesn't link with your other goals. And because your other areas, this goes to core 4, your other areas bring you down. Your weak areas bring you down. And because you let other areas of your life fail. All right. So a good example of this is business professionals. They spend their whole life working to accrue all this money because they think they're going to be happy. Then all of a sudden they're unhappy because their relationships fail and their physical being fails, right? That's shitty. But what if you can have all 4 or all of that and more by making sure you bring all levels of your life up? All things are in alignment, so nothing is contradicting each other, because you can be physically fit as hell and make a shit ton of money and still have great relationships and still have the ability to be what I call present and give presents to people. Presents, not gifts. Presents as in you're being there instead of always on your phone, always on Facebook, always thinking about this, always doing that. Okay, so that again is something I'm going to cover in a little bit. Now, how do we collapse time? I made a video on this a little bit ago, but it really wasn't that great. Collapsing time is all about moving yourself from long-term goals to short-term goals and still getting that long-term goal done in the short term. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw again because it's fun. Let's see what color I want to use now. I'll use red again. All right. So now with this, we have goal. Oops. It's not working now. Goal. Okay. What's your goal? What's your 1-year goal? Right? Let's just say that. Most people's 1-year goal, let's just say it's 20 pounds. It's save, let's just say $10,000. Pounds. That's the start. Okay. Now, how do we do this? Well, this is a 1-year goal. But what if we can do this faster, right? Because we can. We can do this in 90 days if we really think about it. So now we go 90 days. Sorry for the shitty handwriting. But we have 90-day goals now. We want $10,000 and 20 pounds lost in 90 days. Okay? Cool. Easy. How do we do this? We work backwards. Okay? It's very, very, very simple. Okay? If we have 20 pounds over 90, right? That means we are losing 8 pounds per week, or not 8 pounds per week, 8 pounds per month, 8 pounds per 30 days, right? Okay. If we want $10,000, that means we need to save 1,200. We'll just say, I'll just kind of round up 1,200 per month. Okay. Like, we now have a baseline. I'm just going to erase that. We have a baseline to start, right? So we're going to work backwards from this. We already kind of did. We had our 90-day goals. We took all of our stuff, and we start working backwards. 20 pounds, $10,000. We know we need 8 pounds and 1,200. That might be wrong, but just go with me here. Every 30 days to hit our 90-day target, right? That's a little bit easier. I mean, that's a whole lot easier than looking at it and saying, hey, I need to lose 20 pounds and I need to gain $10,000. Now, all of a sudden, we've taken what was normally a year-long goal. We've collapsed it to 90 days. Now, do you think, let's just look at this here. 20 and 10,000. Just so I can see it. Now, breaking it down to these little bite-sized pieces is really easy, right? Now, we know what we have to do per 30 days. Now, we break it down a little bit further. We break it down to the week, all right? So if we need to lose 8 pounds in 30 days, I'm just going to grab my calculator because, well, okay, it's 2 pounds per week, right? 2 pounds per week. Okay, and if we want $1,200 in 30 days, we need to break that down, and that's $300 per week. Okay, damn, that's a whole lot easier, right? That's a whole lot smaller and easier to bite, and also faster than 10,000, and just looking at it as a one big number. Okay, we're working backwards. Now, we take it even one step further, right? This is where that daily questions that I ask myself come back in, okay? Because now I can see, hey, if I need to lose 2 pounds this week, what do I need to do? I'm trying to get $300 per week, what do I need to do? How much do I need to make? How much do I need to save, right? Where is my phone, right? So, let's just do some quick numbers. We've got 2 pounds per week divided by 7, right? Basically, that means we need to hit 0.3 pounds per day. And to hit $300 divided by 7 means we need to save $42 a day, right? Now, again, if you don't have that, you can figure out a way to make it happen, right? It might not be $42, but if you know that on average you spend, hey, 17 bucks on Starbucks and Chipotle, for instance, right? That's $17 closer to your 10,000 you want, all by working backwards and knowing what you have to save, right? It's a very easy process. Okay, so we basically break this down in basically 5 or 4 ways, right? We go our 90-day goal. We break it down a little bit more, and basically we take bites out of it. 60-day goal, 30-day, 7-day, 1 day. Basic, right? Now, doing our daily questions, knowing our actual goals, we can break this down so in detail that we know exactly what we have to do, and it's fucking easy, again, right? We don't need to make it complicated and try and do more than what we really need to get there if we know that's all we need to do, right? if I know that I need to lose 0.2 or 0.3 pounds per day to hit my 20 pounds in 90 days, that's pretty damn easy to do by doing some calorie manipulation, making sure I work out, right? Saving $42, maybe that's skipping out on my Starbucks in the morning, skipping out on my Red Bull at night, skipping out at eating lunch. There's my 40 bucks, right? It's easy because it's broken, right? We too much take these goals and allow them to be spread and not breaking them down. So first piece of collapsing time, taking a goal, giving it a deadline. Okay, that's the other big issue is we have things that are just goals with no timelines, no deadlines. We don't plan. Now, we just took the goal, collapsed time on it. Now we made the plan. I need 0.3 pounds per day. I need 8 pounds per week. I need 20 pounds per month. Or 8 pounds, sorry. I need 0.3 pounds per day, 2 pounds per week, 8 pounds per month, 20 pounds in 90 days. That's simple, right? What do I need to do to lose the 0.3 pounds per day? I need to change my nutrition maybe a little bit, and I need to work out. Or I only need to work out 3 times this week, right? But I know it, right? So it's easy, okay? Now, we've set our deadlines, and we've committed to it. The other thing is commitment. When you tell people or write it down or do other things around it, it's easy to make sure you are on track. All right. You need to commit to these things, and that's why collapsing time is so much better. Instead of saying, I'm just going to get it done, right? Like one of the things was for me, the gym didn't have turf put down for a while. I said I would get it done, I'd get it done, I'd get it done. I never gave myself a timeline. I said I need to get this shit done in the next 20 days. It got done. Think about when you were in school and you had homework and they gave you 3 weeks to do the project. Almost all the time you took, you waited for, okay? You took until the very last minute to get it done and did the project because you didn't have a commitment. You didn't set the plan out, so you had to rush. Now we're breaking it down all the way from 90 all the way down to 1. The plan is easy. All you have to do is get shit done and execute, okay? All right. Again, the other thing, this goes back to a sport that now we get to watch. Not the most interesting sport for me, but baseball, right? The highest paid athletes in baseball are not the people that. So this is how to. Well, we basically went to how to know if you're on track, collapsing times and goals. Now, I call it swinging for the fences, and this is why most people fail as well. You swing for the fences, okay? What we just executed was a time collapse, a goal setting, and keeping track. Now, the highest paid people in baseball are not the people that swing for the fences every single time at bat. It's the people that get on base. Why? Because by getting on base, you can score. By swinging for the fences, you have the chance of striking out, okay? So look at it like this. This journal that I showed you, knowing your goals, knowing exactly what you need to do on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week measure, on a month-to-month measure, all you have to do is get on base daily, right? If that makes sense. So if I get on base daily for, let's just say a week, if I get on base daily for a week, I've scored because I hit my 30-day target. Or I mean, I've hit my 1-week target, right? Now all I got to do is keep that rotation of getting on base and staying on base and moving through the cycle. I don't care about hitting home runs because at the end of 90 days, we've hit the home runs. We've scored more in 90 days than we would have if we were trying to just swing for the fences every time. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, if I can get 3 days on base or 3 people on base, then all I got to do is come up and get myself on base. The person on third base scores. The person that comes in after me, all they got to do, get on base. Everybody goes. We score again. We continue to do that instead of striking out at all, okay? Again, we're not shooting for the fences every time. The fences are cool, but what's cooler is winning, right? Succeeding, achieving what you said you were going to do, and winning your game. And your game is your 90-day goals. And to get those 90-day goals, you have to get on base daily and continue getting on base over and over and over and over again, and you will score more and win your 90-day goals. All right. Now, at the beginning of this, I kind of talked about what I refer to as Core 4. And Core 4 is something that's important because with Core 4, you build your whole 90 days or your whole goals around 4 spectrums of your life. So instead of having one take over and the other one's lag, you bring all of them up together. Okay. And now I'll again do a little drawing for y'all. All right. So let me get myself a little bit more art room here. All right. So Core 4. What this is, let me see here, is 4 quadrants. I call mine the 4 Ps. Okay. Now, first quadrant is your physical. This is your body. This is your workouts, the things that you eat, the way you feel, right? Your physical being, okay? I've got these written on my wall. Your second quadrant is your basically purpose. Okay? Third quadrant, your presence. And the fourth, profession. Okay? Now, if you see, these 4 quadrants should all be even. We've got our physical, which is our body, the way we feel, the actions that we take to make sure we're healthy, so food and working out. Our purpose, that's basically our potential, like our purpose, what we are trying to do, right? So that's like meditating and doing the journaling and our purpose, the things that we're trying to accomplish in life all around. Our presence, okay? A lot of times what happens, we work too much in the physical or too much in the professional to get any presence, right? This is a big one. Presence, that means being there for your friends, your family, having enough time away from these two, the physical and the professional, to have presence, space away, time away, okay? And the profession, that's your work, right? So that's your job, your business, whatever you have or do. If you build, this 4 quadrants, and then you make your goals according to them in your goals, okay, they then all align, right? So 20 pounds, journaling and tracking and stuff like that. Profession, increase money or raise whatever. It's bad. Your presence, spend time with family. Spend time with the kids, right? If we have all 4 of these, we can then build everything up. That way, we're not lacking in anything, okay? We don't let one of these 4 quadrants overpower the other ones. When we set goals that are in alignment with all 4 Core 4, we work in all of them daily, right? That means you're not overwhelming yourself by trying to get too much shit done as well, because that's the other issue, is people will try and do too much physical or too much professional or too much presence. Now, here's the secret. You focus on this for an hour. You focus on this for your work day. You get home, you focus on this. In the morning, you focus on this, or however you want to lay that out. Sorry, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but in the morning, you focus on your purpose. Before you do anything, you focus on your purpose, right? You do any meditating, relaxing, you do your journaling, you do your focus time and your purpose time, right? From there, some people work out before work. You can do an hour of your physical, all right? When you're in your physical, that's all you're focused on. You're only focused on your physical, right? Because you've already got your purpose for the day. You now are focusing on your physical. When you go to work, you focus on your profession. So from the time you get to work, from the time you end, there's no distractions. It's profession time. It's work time, right? And then to end the night, or if you do this in reverse, however you do it, you have your present time. You have your time with your family, your time with your spouse, your time with your kids, right? You see how all of a sudden that's easier? Because now we're not trying to spend our time. We're not trying to talk to our kids during the day, because they shouldn't be talking to you anyways, because they should be at school. And you're not taking your work life home and interrupting your kid time or your spouse time. And you've already done your workout, so you don't need to worry about that anymore. And your workout time is before your work time, so they're not colliding, because when you're working, and when you're working out, you're training your physical, and then you have your purpose that was done in the morning. All of a sudden, your day is a lot easier, and you've cleared up a lot of things. All right? Let me delete this now. So hopefully those 4 quadrants make sense to you. We've got our physical. We've got our purpose. Oops. We've got our physical. We've got our purpose. We've got our presence, and we've got our profession. Right? Now, all 4 things, again, have been able to be built up as one instead of letting one overpower the other, right? If we know our physical takes 2 hours a day and we've got to eat this certain way, we can do it because we now have the time allotted and we have it mapped out and we have it in the exact game plan and program and protocol to get us there. The same with our profession, the same with our presence, the same with our purpose. So we track this. Now, on top of this, we've got a little game where I keep score. And that's something that I can't teach you on this one because we don't have enough time and I don't know your goals. Because by knowing your goals, I can help you map this. Now, that is basically all the topics on this today. I've already been on this for almost an hour. But what is following this? And I said this was a requirement to attend or watch before you could even hear about this next step. And this next step, let me pull up my calendar to confirm this. The next step is a 1-day live hands-on workshop. So I'm going to be taking you through all these principles, concepts, hands-on, going more in depth, getting you in alignment with your goals, your physical, your purpose, your presence, your profession, all 4 quadrants, mapping out your 90 days or setting 90-day goals, mapping them out, and keeping you accountable. So this program is going to be a full workshop. We're going to dial in your goals. We're going to lay out roadmaps, strategies, and execution plans, as well as more on the core 4 and how to keep score, right? So something I didn't teach you, but how to keep score, how to make sure you're on point, and how to win daily, right? How to get on base daily for each of your 4 quadrants and your goals, and get shit done, achieve more, and really, really figure out your plan. Now, if you're interested in that, please email me. I was going to have something pop up, but I didn't know how to do it. Please email me at jowerstraining@gmail.com, jowerstraining@gmail.com, and ask me about the workshop. The workshop is going to be either Saturday the 16th or Sunday the 17th of this month. So coming up really shortly. Okay. It's going to be a 1-day workshop live with me. We're going to work on all this stuff. I've only got room for 8 people. There is a cost associated with it because I am working hands-on with only 8 people. But I guarantee you success after 90 days with this. I guarantee you'll get a full roadmap laid out for you. You'll know your strategies, your success plans. You're tracking your core four purposes, or your core four goals, your roadmap, your execution plan, your daily wins, and how to keep score. Again, if that's something you're interested in, I'm only doing it for 8 people because it's all day. You guys will have me work with you one-on-one as well as in the group to achieve that and lay it all out. If you're interested in that, please email me. Again, jaworstraining@gmail.com. Subject, so the email subject, put 90-day achievement workshop, okay? Or workshop, I guess, because you guys will be the ones watching this. Email me, and I will give you all the information you need on it. Again, there is going to be a cost associated with it, but I guarantee you, if I can raise all 4 of those quadrants or core 4 for you, it will be the cheapest thing you've ever spent to achieve more. All right? So if you have any questions on this, please also email me and just let me know, or talk to me on Facebook, or comment with me or something like that, and I can help answer this a little bit more in depth for you. But again, I'm only taking 8 people on the workshop. It's in 2 Saturdays or 2 Sundays from now, the 16th or the 17th. Most likely it will be on Saturday, not Sunday, but I will confirm that today. And I hope you get on it with me so I can help you figure out your total strategy and game plan. Hopefully you've taken good notes on this 90-day achievement webinar, and you can start executing right away right now. And then obviously I can help you even more in 2 weeks. So again, thanks for being on here. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you start taking steps on this. Again, something else I wrote yesterday, or actually I already used the analogy, just start hitting singles, okay? Singles win. Home runs don't, okay? Start hitting daily singles, and you'll have more success. All right, and just start working on small habits at a time. Don't try and do too much shit at one time. That's swinging for the fences. Do the least amount of work, in a sense, for your purpose. Don't make it more complicated and trying to expand it and make it more challenging than what it really is, because it's actually damn simple. Lay your shit out, map it out, get it done. All right, so take care. Hopefully I get an email from you, and you are at my workshop.